Hey, lovelies. Welcome to today's creative self-care exercise. And I'm going to do a really lovely meditation drawing for us today that involves drawing with the eyes closed and then working with what's created. And the idea is that we get rid of this notion that we have to produce something, that the picture that we create has to look like anything. Meditation drawing isn't about that. Meditation drawing is about connecting yourself to the breath, to yourself, to the material, and really checking in and seeing how you're doing today. A little time out just to reconnect with yourself and seeing what's up. So I've got a piece of paper here. I've just got some very simple felt penny kind of things, markers. And so let's start. It's going to be very simple. We're going to do a little meditation. I'm going to give you some instructions, and then we'll do our creative self-care exercise for about 10 minutes or so. So grab your art materials, have them close by. Grab a cuppa or anything that you need. Get yourself comfortable in your seat. Put your 2 feet on the ground. Put your hands on your lap. And let's just, for the first few minutes, come back to ourselves. So just breathing. Come back to your breath. Notice the fact that you're breathing. And when I say notice, how do you notice your breath? We have senses that inform us so much of what's going on internally and within our worlds. So for a moment, let's tune into that. How do we feel our breath today? Is it through our ears, through the sound of our breath coming in and out? Is it through the smell? As we start to take nice, deep breaths, we begin to notice a particular scent. Is it a taste? Is there a taste in our mouth as we begin to focus on our breathing? Or is there something that you see? Perhaps you have your eyes closed and you can see blotches and shapes and colors, or perhaps you've got a softened gaze and are just looking at what's in front of you, just noticing. Or is it touch? Can you feel the cool air moving in through your nostrils, moving in through your mouth? Just noticing. And really connecting to those senses for the next 10-15 minutes. Just really taking in the fact that you're a body here in space. And noticing these breaths. Each breath is unique. So just beginning to pay attention to the differences between the in-breath and the out-breath. The differences between the expansion of the belly and its contraction. The rise and fall of the chest. And if it feels right, just gently move your shoulders and bring them up to the ears and just release any of that tension. Really relax and sit into the chair. Really feel the support of the chair, your back on the chair. Just noticing. And I'd like you to continue this awareness into our meditation drawing for today. So I've chosen a color. Choose a particular color. You might have a pencil or a pen. I'm just going to use the term marker for today because it's what I have in my hand. And I'd like you to put the marker onto the page. And really, I'd like you to not take your pen off the page for the duration of this initial exercise. So gently closing your eyes or just diverting your gaze away from the page, I'd like you to just move the pen on the page and really connect this into your breath. Connect back the mark on the page to your in-breath and your out-breath. Really noticing the connection between the two. Follow your in-breath. Follow your out-breath. And keep your eyes closed. And then just slowly come to a stop. Now put your pen on a different part of the page. And just for this exercise, I'm going to change color, but there's no need to do that. And once again, closing your eyes, just moving your pen with your breath. And just perhaps even slowing down the movement of your mark so that it really connects the breath to the movement. We're not drawing anything in particular. This doesn't have to look a particular way. This is really about connection and connecting in. And then coming to a stop. Once again, I'm going to change here, but you can just simply use whatever you have. And again, closing your eyes and just moving. At this stage, really feel the connection between the breath and the mark. Perhaps the breath in is a movement up or down or sideways. Perhaps the breath out is a movement down, across the page. Just noticing, but really get a sense of your movement and your flow here. Movement of your breath in and your movement of your breath out. Whenever you're ready, just allow that to slowly come to a finish. And now open your eyes and take in what you see. And then very simply, just begin to follow a particular line or a particular shape. So just lose yourself in this action. I'm just going to go around the outside of this particular design and begin to create connections between the different colors. What are you drawn to in your image? What feels nice in this image? Connecting breath to movement, connecting marks on the page to each other. Really just surrendering to this movement. Are you getting lost on a particular line? Just noticing this. Are there particular areas that you're drawn to? You just want to fill in. Really go with whatever you're liking today. Remember, we've given up this idea that we have to create a picture that looks like something. Today, we're just really paying attention to what feels good. Perhaps you've found a line of interest in amongst all the squiggles. And you're just going to follow this. Aimlessly follow it for no reason. Just because you're curious, you want to know where you can go with this. Really just letting go, letting your curiosity do its thing. Perhaps you've got all sorts of lines, straight lines, and now you feel like you want to introduce some curves. Perhaps now you have some curves and you'd like to introduce some lines. And where is that breath? Reconnect with it. Really make sure that you're connected to it. And how about the senses in the body? Really noticing what senses are alive for you at the moment. Was there a particular sense that was so dominant at the start of this session, yet has slowly just drifted away? You don't notice it so much anymore. Really just noticing. Just letting yourself go, letting the pattern take over, letting the movement of your body. How does your arm feel now as it slowly makes its way around the shapes and patterns? Is there a little tension in your shoulder as you contort yourself to follow these random lines? What are you noticing? Are you seeing an object or a character emerge out of this drawing? Let your imagination run wild. Or is this really simply about repeating the same movement over and over again? Is the flow more important than the final result? Or are you enjoying making new shapes and new forms? This is really an opportunity to play. What would it be like to fill in a particular section? What would it be like to leave a certain area completely blank. So begin to take a step back for a moment. Look away. And really begin asking yourself, what do I see? Are you still here on the page, or have you gone off to some foreign land or to some place in your imagination? Just really losing yourself in the act of not having to achieve anything at all. Allow your breath to slow and allow your mark making to slow. What happens to the pattern when you slow down? What happens to the sensations in your body when you slow down? Begin to bring this motion to a close. Look at what you've produced. Is there a particular word that sums up the feeling you have right now? Perhaps you can share it if you'd like to in the comment box. Today my word is masks. Kind of have a real sense of a gesture or a figure in a theater play. So slowly but surely coming to an end. Coming back to the body, coming back to the breath, gazing lightly, gently at your image, enjoying what it looks like. Beginning to prepare yourself to go back to the real world. We've had some time out. We've lost ourselves. If you feel like you're really enjoying this, just continue. And if you want more of this, I have a weekly drawing meditation circle that meets every Tuesday, 12:30 to 1 p.m. Irish Standard Time. And the information is posted below or in the bio. Thank you very much for joining me today. And looking forward to seeing you for more meditation drawings soon.